Yeah.
All right, we are recording.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I have some questions here, so I think we can start with these ones. So
Sounds
the
good.
first one is, where are you guys from, and what is your city like?
Do you want to know like our hometown or more of like Chapel Hill, like where we go to school?
Uh, Chap, how is it? Chapel Hill, I think that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we both go to UNC Chapel Hill, and Chapel Hill is a pretty lively area. We have a main strip of like restaurants and shops and stuff, and that's called Franklin Street. And it's like right next to campus. Um, we have a beautiful campus, in my opinion. A lot of our buildings are very old in a way, and so they're like very brick. Some of them are getting redone right now. Ayana, do you have anything else that you want to say? I'm kind of running low here on thoughts.
Yeah, the student, what is it called? Like when the students like love the culture and like the sports and like students at UNC are just like very much UNC born, UNC bred. That's one of our mottos. We actually just played our rival basketball team last night and won. So Franklin Street, as she was talking about, we rushed Franklin Street. So that means like everybody just ran to Franklin Street. And that's just been a tradition every time we beat Duke. Um, and yeah, it's a pretty small city in my opinion. But it's definitely known for UNC Chapel Hill and Tar Heels. So.
It sounds really great, actually. How many students do you have in your college? Do you know that?
Uh,
Students.
a lot. I want to
Yeah,
look it up. How many students?
because I think most of colleges there are just like with so many people, right?
Yeah,
Like more than, yeah.
when you look it up, it says that there's over 32,000 students.
Oh, okay. In my
Mhm.
college, we just have like 10,000. It's not,
Mm.
oh, it's not that big, yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And okay, what are
Well,
you? What?
we have questions too, and it's kind of like the exact one as yours. So, did you want to answer where are you from as well, and just talk a little bit about your school?
Yeah, okay. So I'm from Ecuador, from Quito. I got my college is called Universidad San Francisco de Quito, and yeah, well, we just have like 10,000 of students. Well, it's a lot too, but yeah, and yeah, actually, we don't have a lot of things to do here in my city. Well, there's everything, but yeah, we don't have like those basketball. Uh, how do you say it? Basketball plays?
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah, and that I would like to experience that. And yeah, basically, we just have like one good club here, and yeah, that's
You
all.
said it was a what club?
What?
You said what type of club you have?
Yeah, like the for the night, like the
Oh, nightclub.
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what are you guys studying?
I am a management and society major, and then I'm minoring in education. Um, I'm currently looking for internships right now, and I'm really focusing on like this like outside sales or sales positions and a bunch of different companies. I've applied to like real estate, insurance, a few like random things that I just applied to, but yeah, the main goal for me is to end up somewhere like in the sales business world.
Okay, it's nice.
I'm majoring in psychology, and yeah, I strive to be a therapist.
Okay, like clinic psychology.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm studying psychology too, but just like general psychology. I don't know like what to do later. So I'm
Yeah,
still thinking about it. Yeah.
yeah, you can do a
Eh,
lot with it, so it's a good
Yeah.
major.
Yeah. That's true. And what do you enjoy doing in your free time?
I grew up dancing my entire life. So I've carried that passion through being here at UNC, and I'm a member of one of our student-run organizations on campus. It's called Modern Extension Dance Company. And so in my free time, I spend a lot of that in the dance studio, just practicing, dancing, creating dances, and other things like that.
Okay, that's really great.
She grew up dancing. I grew up singing. I'm a part of the choir here on campus, and yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's really nice. I actually don't have like something like that. I just go to the gym and and I like reading and yeah, cooking and being with my friends. So yeah, that could be. Do you want to start with the other questions? Because I have like
yeah.
one here. Okay.
Okay. Um, you tell us where you grew up. How has where you grew up shaped your views on education?
Well, here in Ecuador, we have like private schools and also like the public schools, but I think that the public ones aren't that great. I was in a private one. Um, yeah, but I don't know. I think my school was really good because how do you say, like we I don't know how to say it. like like they made us to see like everything, just like not be like that close, like with
Yeah,
uh,
like extracurriculars and like they made y'all like do different
yeah,
subjects, different
but
things.
yeah, but also like with the social thing is like my school was very like I don't know how to say but
Yeah.
we were like a really open mind, like with all the groups and with all people, and yeah, it was like an alternative school could be like saying like that, like our teachers were also like uh, thinking about how we feel, how we are, and just like being like a really, how do you say it, like paying attention to each one of us.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I really appreciate my school because yeah, it helped me to realize that the there's like so much more than just being like in a private school. I don't know how to explain, but yeah,
Mhm.
basically. Uh, okay, I have one question really similar for you. Is how has your education shaped you who you are today?
Lordy. I think that's such a loaded question.
Right.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a very small town. We had just like a handful of elementary schools, and we only had three middle schools and two high schools. So I also we didn't really have many private schools. We actually didn't have any private schools in my county. Those were about an hour away from us. So I went public school, and I think that I think that in public school, I learned a lot, obviously, like educationally, but also as well as just kind of like ways to handle different social situations. Just because where I'm from, there are parts of the town that are a little more sketchy than others, I guess is the best way to put that. And so, I kind of quickly learned how to be like quick on my feet and like be very aware of like my surroundings. I think my education experience has been a lot of ups and downs for sure. And so I think that that definitely has helped shaped my like perseverance in myself to like even if like I struggle in one aspect, but I thrive in another. It's like I'm not gonna have the parts that I struggle with hold me back. So I think that throughout my education experience, it's really pushed me to like be the best form of myself and to help me get to where I am today, which was UNC was my top school. So like I think that definitely was a big factor in all of that. And I mean, my schooling is still a little bit up and down, struggles here, good things there. And so I think that my overall educational experience has just really pushed me to be my best and still also taught me how to overcome the tough and hard times.
Okay. Yeah.
How has my education shaped who I am? That's the question.
Mm.
What?
You said, how has my education
Oh, yeah.
shaped who
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am? Okay. Hmm. Kind of just like Grace, I'm also from a small town. So there were three public high schools, and then there were a few private schools. So everyone kind of knew each other. Like if you went to this specific middle school, you're gonna go to one of the three public high schools. Um, so with that, like there weren't many extra opportunities in my county, like IB courses. I know some students have taken before, AP courses. The only thing I was really introduced to was taking college courses while still in high school, dual enrollment. Um, and I've just always been pushed to um gain an education, do well in school. I thought it was just like what you should do. But I actually liked school, so it kind of came easy for me. Of course, there's been like times where I'm like, ooh, school is getting a little tough, but it's kind of like Grace said, helped me persevere. And I don't know, I think being determined in school and especially coming to college and dealing with everything that you go through in college definitely just builds you as a stronger person. And I think my value of education has made me the determined and open-minded, well-rounded person I am today.
Okay. And now, is there a teacher or class that has influenced you a lot?
For me, I think it was my junior year in high school. It was my honors pre-calculus teacher. Um, Math has always been the one subject that I've like constantly struggled in. Like I'm not a math person, probably never will be, and that's a-okay with me. But when I had him my junior year, it was just the way that he taught and he really like would seek out students who would need that little bit of extra help, which was me, and he offered so many resources and just extra help, even like if I needed something like outside of the classroom that didn't relate to like math. He was just a very supportive person. I also cheered, so he would always come and like cheer us on, or if I had a dance competition coming up and he knew about it, he was just always like, hey, like good luck this weekend. Like he was by the end of the year, he was a lot more than just my pre-calculus teacher. He kind of became more of like a friend and another supporter. And I feel like junior year of high school, leading up to senior year when you're going to start applying for colleges, you need as much support and help as possible. And so I feel like he definitely was left a lasting impact on me for sure. And yeah, his name was Mr. Ulmer. He was great. He was the bomb.
Mr. Albon
Ulmer.
Ulmer, okay.
It's a when he first said it on the first day of class, I was like, on repeat that. I was like one more time.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name, never really. Yeah.
Hmm. For me, I've had like a couple of teachers. I feel like that's made an impact on me but along the way. But I think the one that's made the most, she actually wasn't a teacher. She was my college advisor. We spent a lot of time together senior year. Looking for college, of course, filling out doing resumes, filling out applications. But outside of that, we also talked about like real life things and like just grew a relationship and a bond and got close to the fact to the point where even when I graduated, we still keep in touch. She still helps me with anything professional I need or academically, honestly. So yeah, that's who's made a big impact on me. Her name was Miss Peters.
Okay. Well, yeah, for me too. Like in my school, all my teachers were like really nice to us. So yeah, basically, I had like a really good experience there. Probably I don't have like someone in specific that really influenced in my life because all of them were like really nice to me. But yeah, yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
What is a specific, or was there a specific experience that made you study psychology, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so was there anything specific that happened that made you want to study psychology?
Well, my stepfather is a psychiatrist. How do you say psychiatrist?
Psychiatric?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to study like a lot of time before, and then just like I was talking with my stepdad, and yeah, like I found it like really interesting to study psychology, and yeah, there's nothing like very punctual, but yeah, that could be. And for you, like the same question.
I was like always the person I feel like that love talking to people. I just love to talk, love people. I thought I gave good advice in my friend groups. Thought I was the most like level-headed. You guys come to me with your problems, I can help. But then I don't think it registered that that's kind of what therapists or counselors or psychology is all about then. It wasn't until I don't know, maybe I got here or like in high school, late junior, senior year that I realized. I think, yeah, probably around that time because I took an online psychology course and I really liked it. So I was like, this is definitely something I would want to do, um, especially getting paid to do what you love to do. So yeah, I feel like that was my only thing that I was interested in and that I would like and that I would be good at. I don't know what else I would have done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't really have anything, TBH. I came in as a freshman and I was an exercise and sports science major, and I thought I wanted to do like physical therapy or be an athletic trainer for a sports team or something like that. And then I took a few classes and I worked with an athletic trainer and I was like, this really isn't what I want to do. And so then I would think at that point I was just trying to search for just kind of a very like generic major that would kind of like that I could go in like many different directions in if I, found something different along the way. And so I think that's why I landed on management and society just because I've gotten to take a lot of different really interesting classes. Like I've taken an econ class, I've taken history classes, sociology classes, and management classes. And it's just all about like different businesses, like how they run, like why they do what they do, but then also like kind of a little bit like we scrape the surface of that, but then we also kind of go like in depth to like more like personal aspects of like the business world and things like that that people don't really talk about, which I think is really interesting. Um, but yeah, I didn't really have anything like, oh, like I really wanted to do this. It was just kind of like I would just looking for something kind of generic that I could go many different routes with. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have another question for you. What what do you see as the most pressing issues related to education in Ecuador or the US?
Well, I don't know a lot of the US, but I think that education there is like really great. Even if it's like a public school or public college, or it's like private school or private college, I think it's really good there. Here in Ecuador, like I told you before, like public schools aren't that great, and yeah, I don't know a lot of that, but yes, what I heard and everything is like really difficult to have opportunities for people who are in public schools, or yeah, probably they're in private, no, like in public college. I think like the education is way better than in schools, but yeah, it's still that the same problem that they don't have like the same opportunities as being in a private school or private college. So I think that will be like the biggest challenge here. And yeah, I like that question for you too.
I
Hmm.
oh, you want to go?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I feel like for us recently, my mom is also a school teacher and I've had my grandparents been school teachers. So like I've kind of grown up in like that realm of the world on like the backside of things. But I feel like our biggest issue right now with education in the US is our how we treat our teachers. They don't really get paid well at all, in my opinion. I feel like that they do so much and they work with so many kids and leave many impacts on kids' lives. And by our education system, they get treated not fairly, or good at all. And it's unfair because they do so much more than people think. Like they do way more than just teaching kids how to solve 2 plus 2, right? And so at the beginning of January, we actually started have a few counties of teachers started participating in teacher walkouts to kind of protest the um, mistreatment that they have been given by the school boards and education system. And so I feel like, in my opinion, our biggest issue right now is the mistreatment of our teachers and not being more respectful to them and what they do.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think that teachers should be paid more. Like also here, they just have like the basic salarium. I think so. Yeah, they
Mhm.
should be paid more.
Yeah.
Okay, should I go to the next question?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay. Do you think all students have equal access to education?
All students, just period, all students everywhere.
Like, no, no, no. Just like they're in the US.
Oh, okay. No. Equal access to education?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like honestly, I was gonna pitch in on your question before because it absolutely our teacher salary is one of the biggest things. But another that I hear a lot, but I won't speak on a lot because I don't know a lot. I haven't researched it. But is the fact that there are some schools, like you were saying, public schools, who don't have the same opportunities or resources as other schools. And then you you make these other schools, private schools, charter schools, whatever, and then they cost an amount that some people aren't able to pay. So then the kids are still stuck in um environments of school that may not be adequate or give them the best opportunity to succeed as well as one might in a private school. So we have that same exact problem here in the US.
Oh, okay. I didn't knew that. And do you wanna do the next question or?
Oh, wait. And yeah, so to answer your question, yeah, that was no.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got it, yeah.
I
And,
low-key forgot that was the question. I was just still answering the last one.
no, yeah, but you literally answered too, so it's fine. um, yeah, I don't know. Do you wanna do another question? Yeah.
Mm. Um, how is education and the connection between schools and communities discussed and addressed in your community or university?
Wait, can you can you repeat the question?
No, they're loaded. How is education and the connection between schools and communities discussed or addressed in your community or university? Mm.
Um,
So how is education talked about in your community or
so well, I actually I'm not pretty sure. Like in my community, we don't like discuss about all the how to say like unequal uh things with
yeah.
yeah that exist here. Like people in my like community or my circle like doesn't really like care about it or just like doesn't even like talk about it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Like all of my friends, for example, are just like talked about the how they like being like here in the private school in private college, or they're also like always thinking about going to study abroad.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't like we don't talk about that like a lot. Yeah. And in your case, how is it?
Well, I was gonna ask kind of like a little bit of a follow-up question. And this is just kind of something like we've talked about a little bit in class. Um, is there like a connection or correlation between like your school and like your community? Like, does your outside community or like your town or city kind of help like with things in your education system in Ecuador, or like, if that makes sense?
You mean like the government or something like that? Like
Or
if they
like, so like for me, for like example, like whenever I was in high school, we had a lot of like community backing. Like they would help with like raising money or like getting clothes and things like that for students that needed it. Or just like if our school kind of needed like a little extra help, like we'd reach out to like local businesses or things like that to kind of help other students or even the school in general. Like I just was wondering if that was something that was going on in Ecuador.
so here got I think that we don't have like help for the schools like in particularly. Well, in my case, like in my school, like we had these ideas of recollect money for students who needed more money, but like something like for the school, I don't think that happened like in the private schools. But yeah, like in public schools, I suppose that the government is like need to help them and yeah, like have like good quality in all of their services and everything. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
So I do at the top of my Zoom, it says that there's only 3 minutes left.
yeah.
Oh,
So and we also have like 30 minutes of the records. I don't know if this should be enough. Because, well, they told me that it has to be like 20 minutes, but I don't know what they think.
so I think I want to ask one more question and then we can end it.
Yeah, okay.
So I was looking at this one. It says, is there anything about your academic or personal journey that you'd like for us to know to better understand kind of your perspective of just your views or just you in general or just anything else that you think that we should know or you want to tell us before we hop off here?
Well, first, I don't know. I think I already told you like the most im- impactant thing that is here that is this of the inequality of of private and public schools and private and public college. So yeah, I think that's like really unfair. First, like exactly like the government just doesn't like help us or help them to improve their education, and like they don't have like the same opportunities as someone who's in a private school. And I think that's it. But I would like to ask you like the same question to you.
Um,
Mm, go ahead.
no, I got nothing right now. You go ahead, Ayana.
Mm, I think I could just speak for me and like a lot of the students at Carolina because we're pretty diverse and have people from like all different backgrounds. We have Carolina has a lot of money and I don't want to say they try their best, but they do give money to people who might be less fortunate or need it. A lot of scholarships, need-based things like that. So yeah, for me, I'm here on a full ride, and I think that's something I never would have thought was gonna happen. I never would have thought I was gonna be at Carolina. Um, so it kind of opened my eyes to everything that is available in the educational world. Um, yeah, that's kind of like the biggest thing. Me coming to Carolina and knowing that I will leave with no debt is like the biggest thing in my academic journey that has kind of altered my perspective, honestly. Because even though that's happening to me, I know there's so many other students that it's not happening for.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, thanks for sharing that too.
mhm.
So
I'll just
yeah.
quickly on and just say I think my personal and academic journey at UNC has taught me a lot about myself, about education, and about so many things, and I continue to learn more things about myself, and it is just an ongoing journey of self-discovery. But well, I am going to